On. That's Shart 10 on Saturday, but we finish off with a Class 2. This is over the 1650, and the field is headed by Telecom Fighters. Karis Teaton in the saddle from barrier number 9. Savaquin is a two-time course and distance winner. He jumps from the outside gate here, barrier 12. Berlin Tango down in class. Everyone's delight, a last start winner. That was back in May, and his third course and distance win. Goritis has won twice course and distance behind Soulmate last time out, finishing in third. Packing Awards had a good season as well. He's won 3 of his 8 starts, and they've last win was back at the start of June. Again, course and distance. Prime Minister, runner-up to Packing Award last time out. Sight Spirits in good heart, and My Ecstatic comes up in class. He's won 3 of his last 4. This is his first try now in Class 2 company. That is Frankie Law and Vincent Ho in the saddle. Again, the speed map to get things running here, Mark. Good, we're saying, in the early stages, and it looks like everyone finds their spot, do they?
It appears that way, Andrew, with My Ecstatic, who has really found some form at the back end of this season, and he led all of the way last time when he beat Storm Legend. We know Telecom Fighters races best when he goes forward. He's up outside the speed. Everyone's Delight did some work but was on the pace last time. He's tucked away on the inside. Sight Spirits on the rail, Paul. Packing Award, who's had a terrific season. He'll get an economical run after a big win last time, and Maldives, he likes to race back.
Yeah, so he's drawn well, but look, Hitchin Love's first time over 1650, and he's a horse that does like to lead. He's an alternative leader if he really wants to go on with it, because he can lead over shorter distances. Telecom Fighters himself might just want to go on and lead by himself. That's another possibility. I think whatever's going to happen with all those horses you mentioned, there will be a lot of pace. There'll be good pace in this race.
Okay, so good certainly in the early stages. And Savaquin and Prime Minister looking to close out late. Right, we've got a couple of replays to have a look at. We're going to start off, though, heading to track work. And Karis Teaton is back in action on Wednesday night after sitting out the last couple. Dylan Moe and Blake Chin are actually suspended for this meeting. But Karis is back, and he caught up with Nick at track work.
Karis, Telecom Fighters will be your final ride at Happy Valley this season. He's a horse that you know quite well, but you haven't ridden him for a little while.
Yeah, Nick, I've done well on him before, and of course hasn't raced him for a while now, so it's nice to get back on him.
You trialled him recently. Took us through a trial.
Yeah, it was a nice trial. He seems to be going nicely. So I was pretty happy with the trial, and I think he's ready for that race.
He's got 135 pounds, obviously a big weight, but this is a slightly lesser Class 2 than what he has been racing in. Does that bring him in with his chance, do you think?
Yeah, he's carried some big weight in his couple of previous runs, and he should be okay. He's a strong fella. I think he'll be able to carry the weight. Like you say, he has been running with a few stronger horses, so I think he should go well.
How important is it to lead on him, Karis?
Well, you know, he's got those natural speed, and he wants to sort of use his momentum, and I think this is what he enjoyed at the Valley, and you know, he just sort of run them off their foot, and they just can't catch him. So we'll get him into a rhythm, and if he's leading, we'll leave him where he is, and let's hope he gives us his best.
You've got a few bases covered as well. I mean, you've ridden Savaquin, Berlin Tango, Packing Awards, so you've got a pretty good handle on the race itself, and only you and Joe have ever won on this fellow.
Yeah, like I said, you know, when I won on him, we had a nice lead, and he was left alone. So I think if he gets that kind of run, you know, he should have his chance.
There's Karis then on Telecom Fighters. It's a very even race, guys. We can have a look at that one again. We just saw that in the interview when Nick was chatting to him. Just to get your thoughts, firstly, Mark. Everyone's Delight actually wins the race, but there is a chance, or is there a chance, of the other guys turning around? We've got Telecom Fighters here finishing third. Goritis right behind, he runs fourth. And then Savaquin out wide. I thought he was coming off quite a good trial as well, Savaquin, into this.
I've got 3 of the 4, and he misses out Savaquin simply because of gate 12, and he's only won up to a rating of 84. Gone the 4-1-6 in behind Packing Award as the order. Everyone's Delight, Paul. He carries an extra 9 pounds, but it was such a gutsy win. Telecom Fighters loves the 1650, and Goritis, he was up on the inside, but if the pace is on, that'll suit him too.
Yeah, I think it'll suit Goritis more than the other 3, because Telecom Fighters has got good luck. Not good luck. Sorry, he's got My Ecstatic underneath him, and My Ecstatic as a horse with plenty of pace, so he just might get that pressure.
Okay, well, here's Telecom Fighters back at the trial. And one thing Karis said, he was a momentum horse. I think the same applies to Goritis as well. But this trial, I think it's worth keeping an eye on Prime Minister here, Paul, as well, because I thought he went well.
Yeah, I've got Prime Minister in for sure. I think he's one of the main chances, Prime Minister. He's found a bit of form recently. He had a clear excuses 2 starts ago and won, and then ran second last time. So you're right, I like the way he did finish off this trial. It was a quiet trial because Telecom Fighters didn't lead, and you can see that nothing was really pushed out at the end, but the way he finished off I thought was good.
It was a 1,200 metre trial, so Telecom Fighters, even though he's raced on the all-weather, all of his wins over the 1650, but it was more just keep the legs ticking over the way they rode him.
All right, Packing Awards. We've touched on the fact that he's had such a good season, Mark. This being one of his wins, and Prime Minister just having to negotiate a horse in front of him here, but he runs a good second.
He does indeed. Matthew Poon, Peter Ho combined with Packing Award from a better draw. Now, this was on the back of a huge win where he was wide the trip and still beat Prime Minister by a neck. So even though he's gone under, Paul, he could have really bounced Packing Award the season he's had. Thought he's going to be very hard to beat again.
I've got this as the same Quinella race because I thought those two went clear there. Packing Awards had a good season. He's won 3 times this season, 4 total here in Hong Kong now from his 12 starts. And look, the horse is going really well. And he fights really hard. He had that win, and it was a real hard win. A little bit worried going to his next start, but the second was good behind Nothing New.
Yeah, and he's got that the good course and distance record: 6 starts, 3 wins, and 2 second placings as well. But what about a horse like My Ecstatic, Paul, coming up in class? Very hard to knock his recent form as well. The other horses would have to be respected of him.
Yeah, he's really lived up to his potential now, My Ecstatic, because he always looked like he was a horse that won with one in hand earlier in his career, but he only won the 1 race. He's now won 3 of his last 4. Those last 2 both have been pretty good. The unknown is coming up into this grade. Again, he's led on those 2 occasions. He's going to try and lead again, but he's going to get a bit of pressure this time with some of the other runners in the race.
Yeah, that's why he misses out. No weight on his back, but unbeaten course and distance. His last 4 starts, he's won over the 1400 Shah Tin, and then those 2 victories over the 1650. Here he's flying.
What about Sight Spirit then, Mark? Obviously very different conditions this day at Shah Tin, but does he want to be wary of?
He was right on the cusp. Mind you, there was about 6 or 7 right on the cusp in this race. He goes to Happy Valley for the first time, and he has his first start over the 1650. He ran over the 1800 last time, Paul. Don't think we can take much out of this race. They were very trying conditions. He was a second behind Super Oasis 2 runs ago. He's got a good draw. He's one of many chances in the race.
I put him in. He goes in on a minor line. He comes in light with a light weight. And I think he's a horse that should be seated by Happy Valley as well. So, look, yeah, he does go in for me.
He was actually favourite for that race as well, but conditions might have been against him a bit. Maldives, Paul, this is how he needs to be ridden, held up, delivered late.
Yeah, exactly. And we know he loves it at Happy Valley, or likes it at Happy Valley. He's been placed numerous times and has had a win there. Used to do a lot of things wrong earlier in his career, I should say. He was quite a quirky horse. But look, this is a very good run from him once again, and I think he's a horse that can feature, so he goes in for me.
Just missed out, but again, he was 3 or 4 that could have gone in. 2 of his last 3 starts he's raced without luck at Shah Tin and Happy Valley, and that was more like it. And the horse that beat him, Voyage Bubble, is a nice enough horse in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely. So very open this final event, Paul. We've got a 7.6 favourite at the moment.
It just shows how open it is, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have some different numbers amongst the 3 of us. But look, I'm with Packing Award to beat Prime Minister. Going through that as the main form race. They did Quinella a race previously this season. Sight Spirit coming to Happy Valley for the first time, and Maldives, who has won here as well. So ended up with running numbers, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Same as Paul on top, and then I think that's it. Yeah, 8, 4, 1 and 6. 8 goes on top, Packing Award. He's just racing so well. He's come up each way, mind you, as Andrew said. It's a 7.6 favourite. 8.1, 3.8 the price around Packing Award at the moment. Matthew Poon gets on well with him. Did like the win from everyone's delight last time. Always liked Telecom Fighters around the 1650 at Happy Valley. And Garitas, the more speed on, the better it will be for him. 8, 4, 1 and 6.
And that's what I'm counting on for Garitas. Decent speed for him to run at, and he's the one to beat for me in the last. A very, very even contest, though.